Okay, so I'm going to be going after the Great Fairy Fountain Tera. Now, before doing this, you want to make sure you've got over 10,000 rupees at least, because that's how much it costs to get in there. And you've most likely found the other fairy fountains by this time. First one is pretty easy to find. It is just inside Kakariko Village. Just go up the hill. You could actually check out, I got videos on those too if you can't find them, but then you got one out in the east, which is right down here. If you go to the Dahesho Shrine and go east, it's right there. Then you got one out on the west coast, out by Tabantha. You actually go on up to Tabantha Tower. You'll see it right down here. The fourth one we'll be locating in this video. You go down in the Gerudo Desert, and it's right under this skeleton. So what I like to do, you want to go to Gerudo Town. Now if you haven't been to Gerudo Town yet, you can't just, it's not a town that you can just walk in. You'll have to check out my video on how to get into Gerudo Town. You actually have to buy these clothes here, the Gerudo outfit. And I show where to get that in the video, my Gerudo Town video. So we're going to go around to the side of Gerudo Town here. Actually, I'm going to put another pin on the map right here, because when I go for the fairy fountain, I like to go out towards this pin and then head south. Okay, we're going to talk to this person here. I'm going to tell you this story about Sand Seal, so when you talk to her a second time, so I'm going to rent a Sand Seal from her. Because otherwise, catching Sand Seals are kind of hard to do. You want to make sure you have a shield equipped, otherwise you'll just fall on your face. That happened to me one time. I was trying to ride a Sand Seal and I kept falling on my face, couldn't figure out what I was doing wrong. Turned out I didn't have a shield equipped. Your shield is what you stand on. Sometimes finding this fairy fountain is hard to do. See, there's a big cloud up there, that sand cloud. That's a sandstorm. Once we get into it, you're not going to see the map. The mini map's going to be gone. It's going to be all blurry in front of your face, so you just want to keep heading. See, like right there? You just want to keep heading straight, because I can no longer see the pin. You just want to keep heading this way until you see the skeleton. And here is our fairy fountain. There's also a shrine back there, so if you don't have the 10,000 rupees, you could still go for the fairy fountain. Just unlock that shrine there, and then when you do have the 10,000 rupees, you can come back. I've already heard the story of every fairy fountain. Okay, so since I got 4 fairy fountains unlocked, I can upgrade to level 4 if I have the proper items, and I do have... See, each one of these armors, my ancient armor, I need 1 star fragment and 2 giant ancient cores, so I do have enough to upgrade at least 2 of them. Now, if you're wondering where you get star fragments, giant ancient cores, which are both kind of rare in the game, you don't get a whole lot of them. Giant ancient cores you can find in some of the shrines. I'll wait till she's done gapping and making noise to talk. Okay, so anyway, some of the shrines to find those in is the giant ancient cores. There's one down here that I have not gotten yet. There is one in this shrine up here that I have gotten. There is one in this shrine, which I've gotten. That's where I got 2 of them. And come to think about it, I think those are the only 2 I got out of shrines. I think the other 3 I all got out of guardians. But there's also one in this shrine that I cannot get. I could beat the shrine, but I can't get the giant ancient core out of it. And there's 2 of them in the Lost Woods. There's like one out here, and I think one down here that I've never even attempted to go after those shrines before. But another way you can keep killing guardians, and maybe like 1 out of every 20 guardians you kill, you seem to get a giant ancient core. As for star fragments, I did a video on that. You find 1 star fragment out here in a treasure chest, right in this area right here. And then there's a technique you could do by going up here and waiting for a shooting star. Now, if you want to go through all that trouble, you can watch the video on how to do that, because I don't feel like explaining it all right now, but I show in that video how to... Well, the first one, I was able to get the treasure chest here, and then when I waited for the shooting star, it didn't happen. So I did a second video where I stood up here and waited for the shooting star, so I had to continue it into a 2-parter. But at some point I plan on going back and redoing that all into 1 video. So anyway, I'm currently up to level 74 right now. If I get my pants upgraded, I'll be at level 84, which is the strongest you can be in the ancient armor. So that's Great Fairy Fountain Tera.